Let's wreck their compound.
Hello agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Today I've got an SMG build for you. I've tried a couple of variations out. There's actually two in this video, and there's some gameplay of me doing a heroic mission in Warlords of New York at the end, just so that you can see it actually holds its own. It's not perfect, unfortunately. I've got one blue in there which actually loses me 12% crit damage, so I'm looking to rectify that as soon as possible, but it's pretty hard to get what I want to get, to be honest. So this is where I'm at right now. We're starting with the gunner specialization, and I'll go over a few reasons why. Make sure you spec into your submachine gun damage, because that's our main weapon of choice. We generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds, which is nice. The rate of fire is increased for 5% on kill, which is really nice with an SMG. We can choose not to move if you want some extra weapon handling. We're using a shield, so you're able to stand still. Killing enemies grants armor, and that'll become important in a second when I get to that. Every third reload is 50% faster. SMG reloads are already quite fast as well, so this works out great. And the armor kit repairs 100% armor and grants 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Again, that plays into the build synergy. The gun that I've gone for is the Dark Winter. It's one of the new named weapons with Warlords of New York. With this build, it has a huge 1200 RPM, 45 in the mag with 81k damage. Could be a little bit better on the damage, but I chose to roll damage to targets out of cover on this particular weapon. But it comes with Perfect Killer. Killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 50% critical hit damage for 10 seconds, which is huge when you see the amount of critical hit damage that I have in this build. So it's absolutely huge, which then allows you just to consistently keep mowing through bad guys and getting more and more out of your armor back and keeping your survivability up. It's just a great run and gun with the shield out. It's really good. It works really well. I've got the chatterbox in there because I was trying that out to see what I thought, but the speed of this thing is just so good that even though the chatterbox talent is pretty good and you can get a whole lot of magazine on kill and consistently keep firing, I just found that the Dark Winter was the best for me. But by all means, you could adapt this build to run the chatterbox. You could just strip out some critical hit chance that's in the build and add some extra critical hit damage in. Offhand doesn't matter. So first of all, we're going to go with the Coyote's Mask. The reason we're going to go with the Coyote's Mask is all of our kills are going to be close range, and that's going to give us 25% critical hit damage from 0 to 15 meters, which is an extra talent for if you're running just a standard Providence Mask perhaps, you wouldn't get the extra stats from that. So we're definitely going to go with the Coyote's Mask. Mine's God Roll, full weapon damage, full crit chance and full crit damage. And I put 11.3 critical hit damage in the mod slot. Just remember when you're building this build, if you've not got exactly the same pieces as me, you need to max your crit chance first. That's your priority. Next we're going to go with the holster. And I've gone with a Group O holster because the brand set bonus gives me 15% critical hit damage and want as much of that as possible to go alongside our 60% critical hit chance. I've got 15% weapon damage, 6% critical hit chance with a critical hit damage mod in there. Next we're going to go with the gloves and the knee pads, and these are going to be best in slot for all of your weapon all red builds. So you want some Petrov gloves, the Contractor's gloves, the named variant that comes with the damage to armor. I put a critical hit damage on the bottom and full weapon damage there. Knee pads, the Fox's Pros, weapon damage, damage to target out of cover and critical hit damage. Don't worry about the brand set bonus, even though the brand set bonuses don't align with our weapon choice this time around. These are still most definitely best in slot because of the multiplicative damage you get from this damage to armor attribute. Next we're going to go into the brand synergies that will line up with us running gunner. So we've gone with a Sokolov Concern chest piece because we want the 2-set brand set bonus from this, the 2-piece brand set bonus from this, SMG damage and 15% critical hit damage. If you really needed to, you could run 3-piece, but I found that this was a better combination for some extra damage, some extra critical hit damage for sure. So on this chest I've got 12.9% weapon damage, 6% crit chance. I would love this to be critical hit damage where I've got health. This is definitely intended to be critical hit damage, but unfortunately on this I needed to roll the talent. It was an absolutely useless talent as well, so I decided to go with the talent, and I'm looking to replace this with critical hit damage. I've got a 6% near enough critical hit chance mod in here, and we're running Intimidate. So while you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters, and we're always within 10 meters of our enemies. So that 35% is huge. And obviously when we're killing enemies, we're getting armor back. We have the med kit as well. And then we're also going to have our backpack talent, which is also going to give us bonus armor. You can end up with a huge amount of bonus armor, so you're always getting this 35%. So the second part of our brand set, we've got 11.7% weapon damage, 5% critical hit chance, 10.5% critical hit damage, with a critical hit damage mod in here, and Bloodsucker is where we're going to also get some bonus armor. So killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds, and the max stacks is 10. So it's huge, absolutely huge. Combined with killing enemies, Bloodsucker, we're just getting bonus armor all of the time and consistently all of the time to make sure we're getting the damage from our chest piece. You're going to want to go with the shield so that you can mount the SMG on it, the Crusader shield. And then for safety, I've gone with the Revive Hive. So our stats look like this. We're at 59.3% critical hit chance, almost the cap. We're at 170.9 critical hit damage, which if my chest piece was rolled good, that would actually be 182. So that's the kind of crit damage you want to be looking to get at. But let's not forget, we're going to get a further 25% to tip us over 200 from the mask. So I'm going to go up to 195, but obviously if my chest was rolled well, we could have a further 12%. Headshot damage is 70% and our armor damage is 8%. And our weapon damage, like I said before, 81k. Really, really nice. We'll stroll down just to have a quick look at this. So all weapon damage bonus is 94.6%, with our submachine gun damage being 37%. So I'm not far off being exactly where I want to be. You could do this a few different ways by losing some percentages here and there. If you wanted to, you could switch this up to Solokov holster, and you could go with Providence chest piece instead. We can just switch that around and you can look what that looks like. Now we're short 20% crit chance, which is definitely not good enough, but we can fix that pretty quickly. How does that look now? 57 is where you would say, but as you can see, I've lost a significant amount of critical hit damage. But I guess most people will have a Providence chest piece available to them and may not have a Solokov chest piece available. So there is a couple of ways around you can do it on your way there. But to be honest, I found that it was really only viable when you got to around 170 crit damage or above. Otherwise you just weren't killing things quick enough and you were just going down on the floor too much, which just made it not very viable at all. I'm just going to switch these few pieces back. Which puts us back at 53%. I'm going to put our last mod in here. There we go, and that puts us back to normal. So that's the build I would recommend. I've got another build coming up next, which is again all out damage with spotter, but unfortunately I don't feel like it beats this build. This would be an alternative way of running this build. We lose out on a little bit of crit damage by doing it this way around, but we gain some shield health to make us survive a little bit more. We do lose some damage on the chest piece talent as well, but this is totally up to your own gameplay style. If you feel like running the previous build, you're dying too much, your shield doesn't last long enough because you're not killing the enemies quick enough, this might be a different way around that you could run it and you might have some success with. So first of all, we'll quickly look at Technician, and that gives us a skill tier, which is where it's important. Do make sure you spec into your submachine gun damage down here, and make sure you've got the linked laser pointer as well. On the gun, the only difference is going to be that we're going to add the linked laser pointer so that we can activate Spotter without having to use a skill. And then on the chest piece, we now have Spotter, amplifies total weapon damage and skill damage by 15% to pulsed enemies, and the linked laser pointer makes them all pulsed. Then what you can see is that does for us on the shield. It actually gives the shield an extra 40% health with 10% extra active regeneration as well, so it gives you a little bit more survivability for losing a little bit of damage. And as you can see in the stats, we've lost a little bit of critical hit damage as well. So that's an alternative way of running it. Let me know if you guys have had any success with SMG builds. To be honest, it was nice just not using an AR, an LMG, or the M1A. It was nice to use something else and just have a run around and have some fun, especially in challenging content as well. It made it a breeze, really quick, and actually I did enjoy running it. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that you get notified when I upload more Division videos. Come and check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Time to take down and hopefully get us one step closer to finding that son of a bitch Keener. We know that patrols of cleaners regularly head out to the west gate of their oil refinery. Let's exploit that opportunity and infiltrate their complex.
A lot of peacekeepers are dead because Keener's been using Conley. Find her and make it count.
Oil is the fuel of our organization and our cause.
Sounds like Conley's really invested in this oil business.
I guess now you know which buttons to push. Agent, let's wreck their compound.
Hostiles detected nearby.
Looks like the reinforcements are coming from the cleaner's underground tunnel system. block off access to the tunnels, or the place will be swarming with cleaners in no time. It'll also keep Conley from using the tunnel as an escape route.
I suggest you sabotage whatever parts of the cleaner's oil production you come across. Might piss Conley off and get her out of whatever hole she's hiding in.
Rose, I like the way you think.
Girl number 2, Kelso.